All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another live stream, bringing you the latest in all of Chelsea news, Chelsea gossips, Chelsea discussion, Chelsea everything. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have some serious conversations. Look, obviously, it is the transfer window, January transfer window is active at the moment, but we're not going to talk too much about the transfer window on this particular segment. We're not going to talk too much about what is happening around, in terms of Chelsea news. We want to talk something very, very serious, ladies and gentlemen. We want to set the benchmark. Well, I want to set the, standard and the benchmark for the upcoming second part of this Premier League season. I think it's timely we set out our expectations so we know what we can hope for, or what we think that can be achievable for the remaining parts of the season. I think it's very important that we lay the foundation, put it out on the table so that we can, at the end of this second half finishing, which would be the end of the season, we can somewhat judge the season based on what was expected from now, I suppose. So look, big up, by the way, first of all, big up to each and every one of you guys. Nearly 50 of you guys are live already. Smash up the like button, guys. Let's keep up with the likes. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification as well. Big up to Melon Valan, my man. Big up to you as well. Big up to Joshua, Dave, Dexter, KB, CS Domain. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Good to have you all here. Cyril as well. Big up to you. So look, we've spoken, as I said, a lot about in recent times players going out, players coming in. It's time we got serious. All right, the second half of the season is about to get kicked off with the match against Preston. Straight after that, we've got the Carabao Cup doubleheader against Middlesbrough. We've got a Premier League game in between all of that as well. And then later in the month, we've got, I believe, Liverpool in the Premier League as well. So it's well and truly going to kick off. And my stance is, ladies and gentlemen, we can't be making the same mistakes. We cannot. Luckily enough, we're somewhat in striking distance. I'm just having a look at the table right now on the Premier League. Let me just have a quick gaze at it. So we're on 28 points. Newcastle on 29, Man United on 31, Brighton on 31, and West Ham on 34. Literally 6 points away from being sixth, obviously, considering, those teams ahead of us lose. We got to keep winning the points. But we find ourselves in a somewhat of a fortuitous situation, considering how our season has gone so far, to be only 6 points away from being sixth. And that, honestly, that is the bare minimum for me. For me now, that is the bare minimum. I know it's going to be a task and a half. It will take an immense, effort to get to sixth, because we got to hope that teams in front of us drop points. And you know what? Teams in front of us will drop points. They will drop points. But the issue is, so will we. So will we. But my expectation, my bare minimum expectation is the mistakes we've already made this season, we've got to stop. We have to stop. We've had a lot of excuses, plenty of excuses. Excuses that I said at the start of this season that it will not fly. Because last season was so shambolic, I said excuses for this season will not fly. But it has flown. It has flown. Excuses have flown 100%. Injuries, inexperience, many other stuff. Oh, new team takes time to gel, this, that, the other. We've seen many other teams in the Premier League that's just kicked off. They've kicked off. Then they've got a new manager. They've got a new set of players, but they've kicked off. We, on the other hand, we keep coming up with excuses. And some of them are, of course, legitimate excuses, no doubts. But being a big club, you need to show beyond the excuses. You need to show quality beyond the excuses. So for me, all the mistakes, I'm talking about defensive mistakes, mistakes in midfield, mistakes up front, individual errors, in-game management from Pochettino, all of these have to be fine-tuned. I'm not expecting, prime Real Madrid, prime Barcelona, prime Man City kind of performances from here on in. No, I'm saying at least to a minimum standard, which allows us to be competitive. There have been times this season, in fact, all the time, we've not put a single game, we've not put a single 90 minutes together this season. Whether it be Premier League, whether it be in the domestic cup, whatever it is, we've not put a single game where 90 minutes we looked rock solid. So we need to start focusing on that. We need to stop conceding goals, number one. On a more regular basis, we need to start keeping clean sheets. Crosses, set pieces, we look so shaky. We have to cut this nonsense out. We must cut these nonsense out. Midfield sometimes looks so disjointed. We must cut all of these nonsense out. Enough is enough. 19 games have lapsed in the Premier League. 19 games. And we've only got 28 points. Injured players, a lot of them coming back. Important players coming back. I don't want to hear any more excuses. I don't. Time for excuses are done. Now it's time to start picking up as many 3 points as possible and go on a very, very good run. We must beat Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup, both legs, and go to the final, and we must win it. I'm sorry, it may be Liverpool in the final, and it may be a daunting task, but we must. We must. When you make it to the final, you got to win it. We've lost too many finals. We've lost too many finals to Liverpool. We've got to beat Liverpool. It's so important for this set of group, for this set of group of players, for this manager, for these owners, for these sporting directors. It is crucial we get a silverware. It is crucial we get a trophy. We are now literally, we can smell it. We can smell the Carabao Cup. We must execute it. No one remembers runners-up. No one gives 2 cents about the runners-up. No one cares. Making it to the final and not winning, no one gives a diddly squat about it. Everyone will remember you as the bottler. More so for Pochettino. Pochettino, if he has any sort of hunger, he should be wanting to beat Liverpool in the final and Jurgen Klopp as well. Knowing Pochettino lost to Jurgen Klopp in the Champions League final when he was a Spurs manager. Pochettino has a supreme opportunity to win silverware in the Premier League, domestic cup, which is never done. So for me, Carabao Cup in the second half of this season is a must. Is a must. You don't win that, already I'm struggling to convince myself with this manager. You don't win that, I'm starting to think it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen with this guy. FA Cup. FA Cup, look, it's too early to say, but go as deep as possible. Go as deep as possible. I don't want any fourth round or quarterfinals exit. Bare minimum, let's get to semi-finals. Bare minimum. Bare minimum. And then we'll see what happens after that. In the Premier League, sixth is in our grasp. Sixth is in our grasp. Teams ahead of us will drop points. So will we. But we need to be far more consistent in this second half. As I said, many players coming back. Nkunku's coming back. No more Nkunku excuse that he's not around. No more. We have to start rectifying this season. This season cannot be totally written off. As I said, we find ourselves in this fortuitous position where we're only 6 points away from top 6. At the start of the season, I actually said 6th for Chelsea would be good off the back of what happened last season. But all the mistakes we've made so far this season have to be rectified. It must be rectified. It must be rectified. Faisal is saying, Miz, how crucial is winning Carabao Cup really? United won last season and still in the heavy mud. If anything, it will prolong Poch staying longer when he is not good enough anyway. Also, it's fourth tier cup. Look, no, I don't look at it like that. Just because it happened to United, it must happen to us. Who said that? Who said that? Why? It doesn't necessarily have to be like that. We don't have to follow the same path. We need to win for many different reasons. We need to win because this manager has never won anything in UK, basically. These group of players that we have, they need to taste silverware. Only, I think, a few in the current squad has tasted silverware. Only a few. Some of them are injured. It's very important for the new owners. For us, it could catapult us. You're looking at it this way. You should also think what happened when Roman took over. The Carabao Cup catapulted to all the glory that we got when we were under Roman. So we don't have to follow Man United's footsteps. No need for that. This is important. Silverware is important. Very, very important. We're not in any position to say, oh, it's a fourth tier cup. Forget it. Let's just field the kids. Well, we got kids anyway. We're going to field kids anyway. We're not in a position to act like anything is bigger than anything is too big for us. No. Nothing is too big for us. We need to humble ourselves. We need to humble ourselves. Haj, if you have no expectations, then the results won't impact you. Tactical, nah. I hear what you're saying. Zero expectations, you're not going to get hurt. But no, we have to understand, we're still Chelsea Football Club, man. Like, as you know, we've been a bit of a banter club for the past almost 2 seasons. But that's not our true identity. That's simply not our true identity. We need to wake up. As I said, we find ourselves in a position where we can really catch up and rectify this situation. We shouldn't probably find ourselves in this position. We probably should be absolutely smoked and be 13, 14, 15. But somehow we find ourselves close to striking distance to the teams in front of us. We have to seize the opportunity. We must. Teams like Man United will still continue to be rubbish. I'm telling you. Brighton, they've got European, program to deal with. We have to show level of concentration. We must. We need our players to be ruthless in this second half. Because if you don't, and you fail to win the Carabao Cup, you fail in the FA Cup to go as far as possible, and you fail to come 6th when the opportunity was there for you to be serious and make a run for the 6th position. And I'm not even asking for something outrageous. 6th has never been like a good thing for Chelsea Football Club. Now we are settling for 6th. If you don't get all of these things, and Pochettino is still making the same mistakes, playing players out of position at times, being a bit funky with the lineups, unable to integrate players, poor game management, in-game management, not being proactive, not sensing danger, not tactically apt. If all of these things continue, along with the failed expectations, then Pochettino, I'm sorry, you will have to go. You will have to go, along with some of the players, if they are still disappointing, along with the sporting directors. The owners will need to start putting people accountable for their results. We cannot, as an organization, just allow people to continue their work if they continuously keep failing. That does not even fly in the real world. I'm not saying football is not real. Football obviously is real. But for people like us in the live chat, myself, wherever you are, even if you're not working, you're studying, continuously fail, you will get shipped away. That's just the way of life. If you continuously fail. So we need to be far better. Facts, the clown show has to end. These directors are mid. Faisal is saying, Miz, I understand, but under Roman was different times as we were challenging for the league. Carabao Cup gives taste of success if you are going for a title, but us being 10th, it's not the same. Look, we've got to get the Carabao Cup. We're not in any position where we can disregard stuff. Miz, why were you the only one in the summer who was realistic? You said 6th max. I think the reason people are so angry is because Muppets believed we would be in a title race. Nevertheless, we need major upturn. Yeah, look, I said 6th. After getting Caicedo and all these other players, I was getting a bit too excited. I thought, we could potentially come 3rd. But obviously, as the season went on, it was clear to see maybe even 6th was too difficult. But now we find ourselves in a situation where we are in striking distance to 6th, and we have to do that. The owners need their philosophy. The last time we won the league was 2017, for crying out loud. Charabi saying, Amiz, what would you prefer? Top 4 finish or Carabao Cup winner, FA Cup winner, and 10th league? Oh, wow. Silverware, man. Silverware. Carabao Cup, FA Cup winner. I'll take that any day of the week. Yeah. Take that any day of the week. I mean, you're going to end up going into Europe anyway. You're going to make it to Europa League. I know 4th will give us Champions League, but nah, man. Silverware is special, man. Coming 4th, making it to Champions League, so what? I want to make it to Champions League, yeah. But if you've got the opportunity to win silverware, you get the silverware. You 100% get the silverware. Let's win the Conference League. Osimhen 50 goals in Conference League incoming. Woohoo. Tiger, man, you seem to dislike the Conference League a lot, man. Look, we need to humble ourselves. We as a fan base need to humble ourselves. Take whatever comes our way, man. Take whatever comes our way. Poch shouldn't coach in Chelsea after the Luton game anyway. Look, do you know what? Cases like the Luton game, these are the instances that I don't want to see in the second half of the season. If I see more of that shenanigans in the second half of this season, I will be very, very dubious. I would be very suspicious of Pochettino. I really would be. Because what's the squad, learning? You'd think after making mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, everyone should be learning from mistakes so that you rectify the situation so you don't keep making those mistakes. What's the point? If you keep making the mistakes over and over again, you're not learning nothing. So that Luton game, I don't want to see that again. Because do you know what? That Luton game, that wasn't even the first time. We did that against Arsenal. That wasn't even the first time. So we've already done it twice, where we've been up by quite a lot and we've allowed the opposition to somewhat come back in. We cannot allow that again. We cannot allow that. So, yeah, I need the team to start learning from their mistakes, not making the same mistakes over and over again. The way Liverpool are flying, I have no hope versus them in the final. If I'm honest, we couldn't beat them twice in domestic finals under Tuchel. With a much better team, they will smoke us sadly. Well, if that's the case, then what's the point of having a manager? Just get rid of the manager. The manager needs to show me that he can find a solution to beat Liverpool. The only way I will accept some form of a defeat is if we absolutely made Liverpool sweat for it. If it was literally a 50-50 opportunity. that it could have gone either way. That's the only way that I will accept a defeat, that we laid everything on the line. And we absolutely made Liverpool work for that trophy. Even then, that will hurt me, but at least I can say, do you know what? Oh, we are close. We are close. I don't want to get smoked, because if I get smoked against Liverpool, that's if both of us make it to the final, right? We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. If I get smoked against Liverpool, then what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of this manager? What is the point of this manager then? This manager needs to show that he's capable of finding solutions. He needs to show that. Now, come on. We speak about standards, but finishing 10th again is embarrassing. 4th would get us UCL, Champions League. I can't see us keep losing and being rubbish again in the league. Give me top 4. Fair enough. I mean, look, I hear you. I understand. Why people might be going for top 4. I fully get it. But for me, silverware. If someone's telling me that you get to win the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, yeah, I'm taking that. Understand Romeo Lavia has suffered bad bruising to his thigh and could be out for a few weeks. Fraser Fletcher, yeah, that's the latest news going around. Romeo Lavia is going to miss out on a few more weeks. I mean, we need to seriously have a look at the fitness regime for some of these players. We need to do a full research. Why are these players getting injured so often? Something's off. They're not looking after their body. The medics are probably not doing the right thing. Some they're not in the right diet. I don't know what it is. But there is an issue. A massive issue. Because I seriously want us to play and win Conference League. For better or worse, we will become the only club to have won every trophy possible. What a record. No, absolutely. Yeah. 100%. Bro, basically, we don't have a style of play. Also, we don't learn from our mistakes. Well, this is what I mean. I can't just, and I fully agree. I fully agree with you, Nanda Gopal. I fully agree with you. We don't have a style and we keep making mistakes. But I can't have this carried on over and over again for the second half of this season. I cannot. I know we don't have a system, and I know fully well we make a lot of mistakes, and I know fully well we've been misprofiling players. I know fully well that our in-game management has been absolutely rubbish. I know all of this. But just because I know all of this, that doesn't mean we have to continue like this. We've played enough games to now get better. And if you're not getting better, then I'm sorry, someone needs to be accountable. Valan is saying Poch is a bum and a coward. I'll be here reminding you when we lose to Liverpool convincingly, Miz. I mean, if that's the case, then Poch has to, yeah. If we lose convincingly, Poch has to go. As simple as that. Ibrahim, big up to you, my man. That requires the manager to be imaginative and the players to have the drive. I have doubts about both, perhaps just a placeholder manager. Yeah, look, this is what I said. If we are continuing to be rubbish in this second half of this season, I will be extremely critical of the manager, but also extremely critical of the players. But don't forget, the sporting directors will not get away with it either. And of course, the owners too, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who are hiring all of these people, a bunch of mediocre level people. I just think the long-term damage, another disgusting, pathetic finish in the league will be a disgrace. Yes, we'll enjoy for a while winning something, but finishing 10th again, trust me, we are finished. Look, I hear you. 2 years in a row, 10th, but at least this season, if we were to able to get a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup, for instance, that's what the argument was, then I think, yeah, I get it. 10th's not good. But at least you can say, okay, we can hopefully build on something. The manager has shown something. The players have shown something. But if we can't do that and come 10th, no, that's pathetic. But look, I hear you. If we don't win the Carabao Cup, we don't win the FA Cup, and we end up coming close to top 4, wow, okay. That's still something. That's, at least you've shown that that you can develop 100%. So either or. But I prefer the silverware. Aka, big up to you, my man. How confident you guys feeling for tomorrow? Look, against Preston, obviously we'll do a preview tomorrow. Later tonight. It has to be an emphatic victory. I'm sorry. It has to be an emphatic victory. Where's Preston? Where's Preston? Championship? Where are they in the championship? Where are they? They're 14th. They're 14th in the championship. Nah, man. It's got to be an emphatic victory. It has to be an emphatic victory. I'm talking about 4-0 minimum. Minimum 4-0. Minimum 4-0. Minimum 4-0 victory with somewhat of a rotational squad. Give other players some opportunities. We'll do, as I said, later on tonight, we'll do the preview. I'll have some surprise players. Alfie Gilchrist, probably one that should get a start, off the back of some of his cameos. Not all of it will be rotated. There'll be certainly some first teamers that should play as well. But yeah, man, it has to be an emphatic victory. 4-0 minimum. 4-0 minimum. Drogba James 11 is saying, Miz, I think the team is getting these. Miz, I think the team is getting there. The team is improving. We just need a world-class striker. Look, world-class striker, you're talking about probably Osimhen. I don't know whether Ivan Toney, you want to put him as a world-class, probably not. Osimhen, definitely, you'd want to put him in that category to a certain level. I mean, it's so difficult to, to answer what is world-class these days, but top quality striker. Look, I don't know. I don't know whether we're going to be able to get Osimhen or Ivan Toney in this window. I don't think it's possible. Ivan Toney, Brentford won a lot of money for Ivan Toney. They're potentially going to price him out, and Osimhen is going to cost a lot of money. So I don't think we're going to get one of those elite strikers. And if we're not going to get an elite striker, then stuff it. Forget it. I don't want any other striker. Simple as. Let them give hoping on just because, no reason, but with all these excuses, they still want to give this manager time. After a preseason and over 20 games, no progress, keep hoping for the second half. Look, I hear you. Absolutely hear you, Milo. I understand what you're saying. How can we hope for all of this when they've shown nothing? But if this continues, if whatever they've shown so far, if this continues in the second half, then what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of any of this? Then we have to get rid of Poch. We have to get rid of some of the players that are underperforming. We have to get rid of the Sporting. It's got to be a total change because you can't carry on like this 2 seasons in a row. This is why I'm of the belief now, no more excuse. You got everything. You've had 20 matches to see everything. Now correct the wrongs. Correct the wrongs. If you're unable to do so, then get the hell out of my club. Simple as. Get the hell out of my club. JC, hey Miz, with the player returning from Journey, my mother-in-law could manage this team to 6th or 7th. She would just put players in the position and bench Gallagher probably. Big up to your mother-in-law, man. Just saying, do you think Poch is just a stopgap because we were linked with Company and Arne Slot, Nagelsmann, who were all either play back 3 in possession or heavy possession-based football in general? I don't know, Look, I don't know. I know they were all in the shortlist, but I think Poch was quite high up there. Nagelsmann was probably the favorite initially because of Vivell, but that quickly fell away because Nagelsmann probably wanted a lot more autonomy. Luis Enrique was there and thereabouts as well, and he probably wanted a little bit more power as well. And then Poch was the best of the rest. Let's not be negative. Anything can happen on a final. This is the team with potential. Look what happened in Newcastle game. We can win the final if we play well. Get in. Nah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Reginald, I'm feeling good. We will at least finish 6th with a League Cup win. That's the bare minimum. That's my expectation. 6th with a Carabao Cup. I think that will be something to build on. That will be something to build on. Royston saying Washington must get minutes. I mean, under what sort of under what feeling are we saying Washington must get minutes? Like, did you watch Washington? Like, have you been following Washington, or are you simply saying that because our current strikers are not working out? Like, is Washington blowing it apart in the academy? Like, is that why? Or, I mean, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. Who cares? Well, how much do we know about Washington? What do we know about Washington? I don't know anything about Washington. All I know is that he's one of the youngsters. He's come in, and it's probably going to be, the end game for Washington is to earn profit for us. He was no Victor Roque. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was no some sort of a prodigy, young prodigy. He wasn't like Endrick. Washington, who, like, if he comes in, he comes in. Look, I don't think us fans should just pick out randomly and just go, Washington should just come into the team. Why? What has he shown? What has he shown? Do you know what I mean? Means I just want to see him play off the bench, not start. Why do you just want to see him play? Watch him in academy. If you want to just see him play, watch him in the academy. This is serious this is serious stuff now, Royston. We're not here for experiments anymore. Him come off the bench and do what? What's he gonna do? Okay, sure, no problems. Like, the ones that we have, they're not working out. No problems. You wanna just throw out another player out there just to see what can happen. All right, let's do that. But what if it doesn't work out? Then everyone's going to bash that young kid. Do you know what I mean? Look, I don't think there is any need for Washington. You've got Nkunku that can play up front. You still got Armando Broja. If we get a striker, we'll see. No need to mess about. It's about 3 points. It's about 3 points. Most likely, Washington's probably going to get eaten up. He's a young kid as well, man. He's going to get eaten up in the Premier League with the level of defenders that the Premier League has. So, yeah, look, if he plays, he plays. Look, I've got nothing against it. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to go out there and promote it. Like, I don't even know this guy. Do you know what I mean? Shervin is saying, I want to see Gilchrist get an opportunity against both Preston and Middlesbrough. Yeah, I think Gilchrist should get a chance against Preston. I'm probably going to have Gilchrist starting. From the cameos that he's shown the last 2 matches, he deserves to probably start against Preston. Now, if this was a serious level team, then no. Preston, we should be beating. We should be beating Preston every day of the week. Gilchrist or no Gilchrist, we should be beating. 100%. The only Washington I know is Washington, D.C. and Denzel. Yeah, Denzel Washington. Yeah, that's the one that I know. No, giving Nkunku minutes as a number 9, only Gilchrist. Yep, Aka, we should sell Washington this window so we can recoup all the money we spent on him. Personally, I want to see Santos get some. Yeah, I actually want to have Santos starting as well against Preston. I do. I want to see Santos start against Preston because I want to give Gallagher and Caicedo a break. I actually want to see Santos and Enzo Fernandez. I want to see Santos and Enzo Fernandez start against Preston. Alfie Gilchrist somewhere in defense. I would like to see Madueke continue to start. Probably Raheem Sterling on the right side because Sterling didn't play in the last game. Sterling can be benched for the next match against Middlesbrough if need be, like have Mudryk back then. I would actually like to see Nkunku start because it's a good game for him to start. Hopefully, it's a nice, relaxed game to start. Royston saying, but Gilchrist did nothing also. No. He did something more than Washington. Washington did nothing. Gilchrist did something. So that something will get rewarded. Washington did nothing so far. So there's no need to get the Washington flag out asking for him to be utilized. We need to calm down. I'm not even a massive Gilchrist fan. I'm not one of those youth enthusiasts. I'm not even his fan. Some people are so up, having a mad uproar of what Gilchrist did in the last two matches, showing so much passion and desire. I don't care. I don't really care. For me, 3 points. But what I'm saying is, against Preston, yeah, no problems. Let's see Gilchrist. Let's see Gilchrist out. Let's see him out. Let's see him out. There's a difference, man. There's a difference between Gilchrist and Washington. Massive difference. Shervin, yeah, and Kunku can use some minutes to build up to a Premier League start. Absolutely. That's how I'm thinking. Rafael, big up to you, my man. That last minute tackle against Luton was class. 100% class. 100%. Gilchrist showed us the passion we need. He's proper blue, and we would build his confidence with this game. Yeah, look, 100% agreed. The Snowman Washington made some good runs in his 10-minute chance. Honestly, I don't even remember. What game was that? I don't even remember. Maybe he did. But it definitely probably wasn't even notable. Look, I don't want to bash the kid. Like, he may be good, but it's fine. Just continue on in the academy. One day when you are big and strong, you can come in. Mason, I think we got to prepare. A lot of these bench academy players will be going on loan to championship teams this month, and the full squad we get back. Yes. Means if we can't win without Gilchrist on the field, we are finished. Naran saying we don't have Vivell, which means his spot is yet to be filled. Is there any chance of us getting Michael Edwards? Would he even accept? Will he be given the opportunity to run the club the way he wants? I don't know, man. I hope he does. I hope he takes the job and we get rid of Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart and just have Michael Edwards, man. I hope that's the case. I really do hope that's the case. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this, and smash the like button before you go. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Just want to take the last couple of more comments. Rain saying Santos will end up at Barcelona. Look, if we keep mistreating and misplanning his, not having a proper plan for Santos, yeah, he will leave, and he will probably end up at Barcelona. He will. Lastly, Dobrodit Das is saying, Miz, do you think we'll go out today with our strongest team, or do you think the squad players will get a chance? Now, I don't think there is need to have a full-on mega team out there. We need to give some. This is a game against Preston. As I said, no disrespect. We should still be beating them 4-0, 3-0, 4-0 minimum, regardless of what team we put out. But I think there should be a tad bit of rotation. Few players need to get some chances and mixed in with other first teamers. So that's how I look at it. But we'll do that later on tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Take care and see ya. Bye.